Just like a big green onion.
It's like 10 times the size of a regular green onion.
And once you get to the green part of it, it's really, really tough, and I don't think I'm going to use too much of the green in my soup. But I'm cutting them sort of thin so they can cook down a little bit easier. The farther out it gets to the edge, the greener, the deeper green, I guess, but I don't think it tastes as good, so we'll discard it. And no, that was not sped up right there, unless Melissa decides to speed it up. For our leek and potato soup, we have the leeks and potatoes. So the leeks are sliced very, very thin, and then the potatoes, basically the smaller you cube them, the faster they'll cook. So these are probably a 1/2 inch cube, more or less. And then we come over here. For our other ingredients, we have chicken broth and salt and pepper. This is my special herb salt. I made it myself. It's got purple basil, chives, rosemary, and parsley.
It's yummy.
All made from fresh herbs too. So the pan is heating. We're going to put some olive oil in here. I'll drop my lid.
Yes, it's very creaky in here. The wood floors in the apartment are very creaky. Now for the onions, or the, not, I'm sorry, not onions. Now for the leeks. I'll have to cut that.
They look like onions.
Yes. They look like huge green onions.
Milk?
When does that go in there?
Oh yeah. There's a special ingredient we'll tell you about later. Ha 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 ha. No, just kidding. We forgot to show the milk. The milk goes in after everything is nice and cooked because we don't want it to curdle.
Yeah.
So we're gonna saute the leeks until they're nice and cooked and soft and translucent. I'm gonna put my salt and pepper in at this stage. You really can put it in whenever. And you don't have to use special herb salt, by the way. You can use just normal table salt. Or you can use fancy sea salt.
And remember, if you use your sea salt, use less than you normally would with regular salt, because it's very, very salty once it really gets into your food.
Motorcycle. Fresh cracked pepper. I'll be here a while. I like a lot of pepper in my soup. The more the leeks come apart, the more surface area that is for the flavor to permeate the rest of the broth. So, if you can, and if they're not already breaking up, you need to poke them until they fall apart. The leeks are nice and soft. We tasted them. They're delicious. They're getting nice and sweet because they're sauteed and starting to break down a little bit. But now we're going to throw in our potatoes. This is about 8 small potatoes that I cut up earlier. So I put those in there. And then I've got 2 cans of chicken broth. If this doesn't cover the potatoes, we're going to add some water because we want everything to cook nice and evenly at the same rate.
But if you want, you can probably get an extra can of broth. Because I know some people will be like, well, I don't want to add water, can I add more broth? So before you even ask that question, can you add more broth?
Yes, you can, but it's not necessary. It'll still have plenty of flavor even if you add just a little bit of water. See, I mean, this is probably only going to need about a tablespoon or 2 more of water to cover the top, so it's not worth wasting a whole can of broth. Unless you're going to use it on something else, by all means. Actually,
No, I think it's good.
Yeah. See? Haha! Okay, the potatoes are nice and soft. We've let them boil for a while. Everything is coming together really well. I don't usually do this, but I'm trying this now. I'm going to use an immersion blender and get a nice creamy consistency. Alright, so we've got this nice creamy consistency now. I did leave a little bit of chunks in there for a little bit of what am I looking for? Variety. So we're going to add our milk. The heat is still on low, by the way, which is why the soup just moved. We'll mix that in. And you can make this as thick or thin as you want to. Sometimes I really like a creamy soup, or sometimes I like it a little more thin. A little thinner, a little more thin.
A little thinner.
So that looks good, but I want more milk, so I'm going to add more milk. And this is probably a cup of milk. That looks good. And you do want to keep the heat on low. You don't want to let it boil after you've added the milk, so be patient with it. It'll be good. It'll be worth the wait. And here is a nice steaming hot cup of soup on a nice cool day. This is our leek and potato soup. It's delicious. You should try making it.